Okay, we're going to be servicing a Heat and Glow SL550 gas fireplace. The first thing I think we ought to look at is the pilot. Okay, when you look at the pilot, it should look just like this one here. It should be blue. It should not be lazy and going straight up, and it should not have any yellow in it unless it's propane, and propane will have just a tiny bit of yellow on the end. So if the pilot is blue and it is covering the thermocouple, then you really need to do no more on the pilot. All right, during the service, we need to take the glass off. We got things like this. Have to pull off. And of course the bottom one. Now, there's a screen here. And then there's the glass. Now the glass is held on by spring clamps. These are spring clamps right there. Now when we take this off, it's going to come forward, and you need a towel or something laying on the floor to lay it down here. Now there's not a whole lot you got to do in here unless you had a problem with the pilot, but we are going to clean this glass. I don't know how well you can see this glass and how dirty it is. It's not real dirty. A lot of them are a lot worse, but it does get a lot of deposits on the inside there, and that's something you need to clean off when you do the service. Okay, once you've got that reasonably clean, and sometimes it's pretty hard to clean, I use a combination of just a general purpose cleaner and glass cleaner, but there are specialized cleaning solutions for these glasses, and sometimes that's a good idea. Anyway, once it's reasonably clean, get it back on. Once you've got that back on, let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of this thing. There's a fan in this thing, and we may want to try to look at that. Now here we're looking underneath, and what we're looking at is way back there, the fan. Okay, that's the fan blade right there, or the housing. There's usually no oilers on this. This actually has two fan housings, and there's a motor in the center. The motor has no lubrication for the bearings. The only thing that you're really interested here is the blower wheels. From this view, you can't hardly even see it, but the blower wheel right inside there, you're looking to see if it's dirty. If it's dirty, you're going to need to clean it. Now this one's pretty clean. It's a real monster to get out of there. You're going to have to probably remove the gas line and a few other things just to get it in, because you can't get it out on this side. You're going to have to take it out on the other side. So I'll probably have to come out somewhere on that side. Not simple, but it needs to be checked anyway. All these units have something somewhere kind of like this. Could be a metal plate. It tells you how to light the pilot, so you don't have to depend on me for most of this stuff. Okay, we're going to check this pilot. This unit has been modified. It has an electric ignition on it now, so it doesn't have the pilot dropout that it came with originally. So I'm going to demonstrate how the pilot dropout is checked with a test mule I have out in the shop. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, here we got our little test mule thing set up. So here's your pilot right there. And here's your gas valve. And the gas valve's in the on position right now. You can see by the on being right next to that little tit there. So if I wanted to test this pilot and see if the dropout was normal, and I'll preface this by a normal dropout of a pilot will be absence of a flame for 3 minutes. So it should drop all gas flow within 3 minutes of the pilot going out. So if I was to take this and turn it past the pilot position and to the off position, now you can see the pilot is off. Now I'm listening right now. Now if you heard that, that's the pilot safety dropout. Now I want to be sure it did what it said it was supposed to do. I mean, this should have shut off pilot gas, main gas, everything. So I'm going to turn it back to the pilot position. Okay. Now I'm going to go up to that pilot. Try to relight it. Now what I'm trying to do there is find out if it actually shut the gas off. Well, it did shut the gas off. If the pilot had relit when it was in the pilot position, the gas valve would be failed. So what I'm going to do is, in the pilot position, I'm going to press this down and relight the pilot. Now I'm holding this thing down so that the pilot will stay on. Now they tell you to hold down for a minute. Most of the time you don't have to. I've done it for just a few seconds and the pilot is staying on. So you pretty much checked your pilot safety at that point. Now let's go back to the fireplace. At this point you're ready to do any vacuuming, cleaning like that of the unit. And there's one last thing we're going to do before we're done. Once all your covers are back on, you need to make sure it fires off. And at this point, I also wait until the fan comes on to be sure you haven't messed up any wiring on the fan. Okay, that's it on this one.